Do you look at your to-do list and feel overwhelmed with all the stuff you have to do? Well, I've got some tips for you to help you master your to-do list so you don't feel overwhelmed and you're confident about what you have to do during the day. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee Chat with Danie. This is episode number 11. And I'm excited to be here today because this is where we get to talk about everything and anything that helps you grow in your personal and professional development so you can become the best possible version of yourself. Welcome, everyone. Hello, replay viewers. Thank you so much for coming on in. And live viewers, thank you so much for popping in this morning. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Danie. I am a performance improvement consultant helping individuals, teams, small businesses grow in their personal and professional development. I help my clients get clear, get focused, and most importantly, create a plan of action that they can execute on and achieve the success that they want in their life and in their business. All right, everyone, so we are back today talking about pretty much how to kind of organize the things that you have to do. So this week we've been talking about, first we talked about creating a monthly, weekly, kind of daily type vision, right? So you're looking at your month, and then you're breaking that down to your weeks, and then you're able to break it down to your days. Then we talked yesterday about brain dumps, which is one of my favorite things to do and say, is getting all of that information out of your head onto a piece of paper so that you first off won't forget everything that you have to do on a particular project or particular strategy or tactic that you may be working on. But it also is going to help you with today's topic. So today is all about to-do list. So I invite you to share with your friends. Don't keep all this good information to yourself. Share it out with your friends. Tag somebody below. Let them know, come on, check this out, because we all need to be more organized and more, prioritize our activities during the day better, right? So let's talk really quick about to-do lists. So if you are not doing to-do lists, I'm going to highly recommend that you do them. I think I talked about this earlier this year and how I do my to-do lists, and that is using Trello. So I use Trello to kind of manage most of my to-do lists, my processes, my systems. Somebody was asking me the other day, I don't know what I could use Trello for. Oh my goodness, there's so much that you can use Trello for. There's some great tutorials out there. You can YouTube Trello. There's some great training out there by Dana Malstoff herself, Miss Boss Mom, and the girls at Think Creative Collective as well. I think they've got a great one on Trello that you can, and I'll find the link and put it down below in the comments for you. But Trello is such a great way to kind of manage your customers, clients, their information, as well as all your processes and strategies and goals, your whole business kind of blueprint, any collaborations you're working on. It's all kind of stored in one place. I also use it for my home life as well, so any passwords that we may have for different accounts, those account numbers, all of that information that, if we're looking to do something in our home, I go in, I start pricing things, I keep that all on Trello so I can just go to that board, see all the stuff that I'm looking at, and then we can kind of evaluate it together to say, oh, this one looks like the best pricing with the best options that we want. So it's a great way to pretty much plan anything and to keep everything kind of organized for you. So I'm going to highly recommend that you go check out Trello. But to-do lists in general, if you are not creating a to-do list right now, first action step for the day is create some to-do lists of things that you need to do. And the reason why this is important is it helps you for a couple of different reasons. To-do lists help you pretty much know what it is that you need to work on, right? Because you're putting it all down. But it also is a way for you to see what you have done. So sometimes at the end of the day, we feel Like, we've been working all day, but we haven't really done anything. Having a to-do list will help you keep track of what you did and how you were using your time. I was listening to Chalene Johnson's podcast yesterday, as a matter of fact, and she was talking about a couple questions that you should ask yourself as a business owner, as someone, you know, who is looking to grow and move in their business. And one of the things she said was, where are you wasting your time where somebody else could be doing it? Now, maybe you're not in a position to hire people out, and that's understandable. But when you have a to-do list, you can look and see where you are spending that time, and then you'll come to a point. Well, you might need it sooner than later, but where you can hire somebody to take off some of those things, because you might be just, you know, in a bunch of admin work all day. For me, I schedule days throughout my week to do admin work. Mondays is generally my admin day, where I do nothing but admin work. And that's just how I kind of like to start off my week. So I usually don't schedule appointments with clients or go to events that are on Mondays, simply for that reason. That is my day to kind of focus in for my week and get all those things done, so that I can go out and do those things during the week and know that I have those things are done. So if we look at your to-do list, so I want to say, so first off, make sure you're doing a to-do list. Second is, now that you've kind of used well, for some of you, maybe let me explain real quick how to do a to-do list. So yesterday we used the brain dump, right, where we got a particular project and we downloaded everything out of our brain onto a piece of paper of all the things that we needed to do. Now, if you didn't do it on a piece of paper, Trello is another great way to put it in there, or OneNote. I use OneNote for that as well. But put all that information down. Now you can take all those action steps that you need to do. You can take those and put those onto your to-do list. So when you're looking at your different projects that you have to do, maybe you're working on more than one, you can pull those out and add those to your to-do list. Now, the second thing with your to-do list is, don't just create a to-do list to create one. You want to create it with purpose. So you want to make sure that you're using the stuff that you've done in your brain dump, so that you're pulling in those particular tasks or activities that you're going to need to do, and then kind of, you know, space them out into what it is that you need to do. The second thing that you want to do with your to-do list is, you want to make sure that you prioritize it. Now, I see a lot of people just write a to-do list out, start at the top, and then work their way down, right? Or they jump around into the middle or whatnot. Really no idea of what it is they're doing, because they know they want to do this, they feel like doing this, they don't want to do that, right? So you just kind of jump around into things that, you know, you feel like doing. Well, I definitely agree with staying in your flow, staying with your energy and what's going on with you. It's nothing, it's really hard, let me tell you, to do something that you don't want to do, especially when you're not in the mood to do it. You're just going to struggle. And so I do highly encourage that you take that time to, do something different, something that you'll enjoy, and then come back to it later. Excuse me. So, the one thing that I'm going to say is, when you prioritize, you're prioritizing it by things that need to get done now, things that need to get done later, and things that they need to get done, but they're not necessarily urgent for you to do right now. So I break these up into 3 categories. First is A. Second, A is our urgent, we need to do those now. B is our, I can do those, but they're not necessarily important for me to do right now. And then our C, which is those need to get done, but they're not something that I need to do immediately right now, right? So I like to use the example of hosting a party. Maybe we're gonna plan, oh wow, we have Super Bowl this weekend for those of you doing Super Bowl. But it could be maybe a Valentine's Day party, because Valentine's Day is coming up. So what you'll do is, when you brain dumped all of the information for this party that you want to have, there's some things that you need to do. And with these things that you're doing, you want to prioritize them by what you need to do first, maybe next, and then what you're going to need to do later, but it's not necessarily something you need to do right now. So if we look at our example of a Super Bowl party or a Valentine's Day party, if you look at something that you're going to need to do right now, well, seeing how Super Bowl is a couple of days away and seeing how Valentine's Day is a couple of weeks away, you'll want to send your invitations out, right? That's kind of like the first thing you need to do. Also, you need to create a theme. So for a Valentine's Day party, generally around love, right? Or maybe it's an anti-love party, or the Super Bowl party. Maybe it's based around one of the teams or both teams. So you want to have a theme, right? And then you want to send out your invitations. Those are kind of the first things that you'll want to do immediately, because these things are happening. You can't do anything else until you kind of created that, right? Well, the second thing is your B type. Well, for your B type, maybe it's to create a menu, right? Maybe you want to serve different type of appetizers, and so you want to create your menu. It's not something you have to do today, seeing how Valentine's Day is a couple of days away, but you don't need to do that. You need to do it, but you don't need to do it right now, today. You need to get the invitations out first, right? And then if you look at your C type, that may be your playlist. If you're, having some music, that may be to pick up those fresh flowers you wanted to have as your centerpiece. Those would be things that you would do later on. Those don't need to be done today. They might be fun, but they don't need to be done today. So when you're looking at prioritizing whatever it is that you need to do, when you look at your to-do list, you want to schedule everything by A, I need to do it now. B, I can do it if I have time today. And then C is these need to get done. So I want to keep these on my radar, but I don't necessarily need to do them today. After you've categorized them by A, B, and C, you want to then go in and number your A's, your B's, and your C's. 1 being the most important thing that you need to do, and that's the first thing you're going to do. So if I need to send my invitations, well, before I can send my invitations, I need to create my theme, so I know what my invitations are going to look like, right? So if I look at that in my A category, my A is going to be, first I need to create my theme. My A2 is going to be sending the invitations or creating the invitations. And then my 3 would be sending the invitations. Do you see what I mean? You have to start with the first kind of step or the first thing. And now maybe your project isn't set up this way, but you still want to look at the things that you need to do now in order to get you started, so that you can keep the ball running. Like I said, if we look at our example of the birthday party, there's no reason for me to go out and create a playlist or go out and get my flowers. It's too early, right? There's other things that need to get done first. So after you've kind of categorized your ABCs and you've numbered them 1 through whatever amount of tasks or activities that you have to do, then you start with your A1 and you work your way down in that order. So now you know what you have to do, when you have to do it, and you won't miss that thing, right? Because you've brain dumped all the things that you need to do. You have them all worked out on your to-do list, and you know what to do when you need to do it. Now, how it kind of works is, after you've completed your A's, you're going to move into your B's, and then you're going to move into your C's. So your C's, maybe they weren't a priority this week, but maybe they're now a priority next week because the deadline's coming sooner, right? So after you've looked at all of your A, B, and C's, you'll see them kind of move up as far as priority is concerned. So that is how you want to organize your to-do list and then prioritize it so that you know what to do when you need to do it. Because I hate to see things fall off the wire because we just simply forgot. All right. So if you have any questions on to-do lists and how to prioritize them, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to check in and see what questions you guys have around to-do lists. It's probably one of my favorite topics, as you can see. The other thing is, today your action item is to, if you have created a to-do list, well, if you haven't, create one first. If you have, prioritize it. Look at all the things you need to do. What do you need to do first? Set those all up and make sure that you're limiting it to no more than 6 things in your day that you need to tackle. After you've completed those 6 things, by all means, jump into your B's, but make sure you do your A's first and you limit them to 6, because we all know things happen and things come up. All right. Announcements. So we are week 4 in our Empowered Women Achieving Success Facebook group. So come on over. The link is bit.ly/women and success. So come on in. We are in week 4. We are talking about finding your purpose. I'll be going live this afternoon in there. So come check us out. The second thing is the new course that talks about everything that we've kind of been talking about the past 2 weeks in organizing, to-do lists, setting goals, strategies, planning your week, creating a vision, creating your day. All of that is in a nice, pretty little course for you. And the best part is I've made it absolutely free. It is free for you to take on and really set a foundation for your goals and your strategies so that you can hit them in 2017. I will put a link down below for that. It is bit.ly/B, school. And yeah, it's absolutely free. So go check it out. I'm excited. It's a great course. It's videos and a workbook, all to help you get focused, and it is how to manage your goals, time, and mindset with these 5 things. So if you want to know what those 5 things are, go check it out. All right. Last but not least, we will be back on Monday with a new kind of theme for the week in Coffee Chat with Danie. Again, I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So be sure to click on notifications so you know when I go live, so you can come and join me. I would really love for you to come and chat with me. It is coffee chat already. It is coffee chat, and I've got my coffee. You get yours, and we'll have a nice talk. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Bye.